Hello, everyone. For decades, Hollywood's golden age was sold as a flawless dream, a place of tailored suits, gentle smiles, and men who claimed to protect women with honor. The screen glowed with romance and bravery, and audiences trusted every image they were shown. But behind the applause and studio lights, a darker truth survived in silence, guarded by power and fear. At 95 years old, Tippi Hedren decided silence had taken enough from her. She had endured abuse, manipulation, and betrayal, and lived long enough to tell the truth. In a heartbreaking reckoning, she finally named 7 Golden Age Hollywood actors who destroyed lives behind closed doors. This is not bitterness, it is grief, it is survival, and it is the voice of a woman who refused to let her pain die unheard. Tippi Hedren. The story begins in 1961 on a calm, mist-covered morning at Universal Studios. Fog drifted slowly across the empty lot as Alfred Hitchcock, the man the world worshipped as the master of suspense, sat alone in his office. He wasn't studying scripts or reviewing footage. His attention was fixed on a small television screen, playing an ordinary commercial for a diet drink called Seago. On the screen, a young blonde woman walked confidently, then turned back and smiled. That brief, effortless smile ignited something dangerous. Hitchcock leaned forward, transfixed. In that instant, admiration turned into possession. He reached for the phone and issued a command no one dared to question. "Find her," he said coldly. "Sign her immediately." That woman was Tippi Hedren, a struggling model in New York, a divorced single mother fighting to raise her young daughter, Melanie Griffith. When Hollywood offered her a 7-year exclusive contract, Tippi believed she had finally been saved. She thought destiny had opened a door. She didn't yet understand that behind that door waited a beautiful cage lined with gold and locked from the outside. During the filming of The Birds, Hitchcock promised safety. Mechanical birds, controlled conditions. Tippi trusted him, but when the production reached the attic scene, everything changed. The mechanical birds were suddenly unavailable. Real birds would be used instead. For 5 days, Tippi was locked inside a wire cage while trainers hurled live ravens, pigeons, and seagulls at her. Their claws ripped her skin, their wings struck her face. Her screams were real, her fear was real. Hitchcock watched without emotion, filming her suffering as if it were art. When a bird pecked inches from her eye, Tippi collapsed. A doctor finally stepped in and stopped the filming. But the worst violation came later, away from the cameras. Inside a black limousine, alone, Hitchcock lunged at her, trying to grope and kiss her. Tippi fought back, shoved him away, and fled the vehicle. That refusal shattered his ego. "If you walk away," he warned, "I will destroy your career." And he did. Lew Wasserman. For 2 years, Hitchcock held Tippi's contract hostage. She was paid weekly, but forbidden to work. Directors across the world wanted her, including François Truffaut, but Hitchcock blocked every offer. Desperate, Tippi sought help from Lew Wasserman, the most powerful man in Hollywood. Chairman of MCA, head of Universal Studios, the man who controlled careers with a single decision. Tippi told him everything: the birds, the threats, the assault. Wasserman listened without blinking. "Hitchcock is our golden asset," he said coldly. "You have 2 choices: obey him and become the biggest star in the world, or refuse and never work again." In that moment, Tippi learned the brutal truth. In Hollywood, profit mattered more than people. Wasserman blacklisted her, paying her salary while locking her talent away. He never touched her, but he destroyed her future just the same. Marlon Brando. Years later, searching for redemption and a fresh start, Tippi Hedren traveled to London to work under the legendary Charlie Chaplin, starring opposite the most worshipped man in cinema, Marlon Brando. She believed true talent came with integrity and respect. She believed greatness meant decency. She was wrong. At their first meeting, Brando didn't offer professionalism or courtesy. He looked at her with entitlement and said, without shame, "We should sleep together." Tippi refused. He shrugged, smirked, and walked away, dismissing her as if she no longer existed. Years later, the truth behind Last Tango Paris emerged. Brando and a director had sexually assaulted Maria Schneider, a 19-year-old actress, on camera without her consent. Her terror was real. Her trauma lasted a lifetime. Brando was celebrated. Schneider was broken. Tippi realized she hadn't escaped a flirt. She had escaped a predator. Sean Connery. During Marnie, Tippi Hedren found a rare sense of relief in Sean Connery, the man the world adored as James Bond. On set, he appeared calm, polite, and reassuring, a stark contrast to Alfred Hitchcock's oppressive presence. Connery treated her with courtesy, and for the first time in a long while, Tippi felt protected. His presence felt like a shield, someone strong enough that even Hitchcock hesitated. In those moments, she allowed herself to believe she was finally safe. But that sense of security was an illusion. Years later, the mask fell. In public interviews, Connery openly defended hitting women, describing it as justified discipline when they needed correction. Noel Marshall. After years of emotional wounds and betrayal, Tippi Hedren believed she had finally found peace with producer Noel Marshall. She married him hoping for safety, stability, and a quiet life away from Hollywood's cruelty. For a brief moment, she thought love had finally chosen her. Instead, she walked into another nightmare. Marshall became dangerously obsessed with making Roar, a film that would use real wild animals with no special effects. Lions, tigers, leopards, and elephants were brought directly into their family home. There were no real safety measures, no boundaries, only blind faith and obsession. The set turned into a living nightmare. People were mauled, blood soaked the ground. Tippi was bitten, thrown, and left with permanent scars. The worst pain came when her daughter, Melanie Griffith, was attacked in the face by a lion, nearly losing an eye and requiring reconstructive surgery. Still, Marshall refused to stop. For 11 years, he sacrificed his family's safety, health, and finances for his ego. When the film failed, their lives lay in ruins, and Tippi walked away, knowing love cannot survive madness. Don Johnson. The deepest pain in Tippi Hedren's life did not come from Hollywood executives or powerful directors. It came from being a mother forced to watch her child slip beyond her reach. In 1972, while working on The Harrod Experiment, she met a young actor named Don Johnson. He was 22. Her daughter, Melanie Griffith, was only 14. Instead of protecting a vulnerable child, he pursued her. He used charm, attention, and manipulation to isolate Melanie from her mother, pulling her into an adult world she was not ready for. Dustin Hoffman. Decades later, Tippi Hedren truly believed Hollywood had finally learned from its past. She thought the industry had grown wiser, kinder, safer for women. But that illusion collapsed when she worked with Dustin Hoffman on I Heart Huckabees. Behind his friendly smile and public image as a lovable genius lived the same old arrogance. Inappropriate remarks, demeaning behavior, and harassment were excused as method acting. Nothing had changed. At 95, Tippi Hedren stands unbroken. The men who tried to control her body, silence her voice, and destroy her family have faded into scandal and dust. She remains dignified, resilient, and free. This is not just her story, it is a warning. Power does not create character, it reveals it. If this story moved you, like, share, and subscribe to keep truth alive. Thanks for watching.